Is it good for the team or is it bad for the team? You're finding a Laker team.
There's no bad victory. Obviously it wasn't a fair fight, and I still, when you're a competitor, you want to compete on an even Steven basis, and the Lakers weren't able to do that. But having said that, they came to play every night, and the guys that replaced hurt people played their ass off and did the best they could. And what I was pleased about with our team is that we kept our focus every night. We respected them every night. We played hard, followed a game plan, and we're very active and energetic every night. And sometimes that's hard to do when you know that your opponent is wounded. So, I have a lot of respect for them. Obviously, all the injuries down the stretch is a big disappointment for that team. And even though it wasn't a fair fight, we still want to win the series, and I'm glad we did, and I think our focus was great.
Really, from the outset, from game one, were you pleased with how your team responded after the kind of sluggish end to the regular season to kind of turn the page and get going into the playoff?
Well, we got people back. We're going the other direction than the Lakers health-wise, so we got a rhythm back as far as rotations and team defense and that sort of thing. So hopefully we can carry that forward.
Coach, speaking about rotations, was this an opportunity for you to maybe stretch that bench a little bit?
We've stretched the bench all year long. The bench has been a big part of what we played 10, 11 guys all year, so that's nothing new.
What is it like right here? What is it like playing for Popovich, a coach like that?
Obviously, he's the only coach I've played for, but I know I heard from everybody else how blessed I am in that respect, and just having one coach and understanding what he wants from us. But I know it's an honor to play for someone like him, someone who has his focus and his heart on not only our team but on basketball itself, and he's going to do what's best for the team, do what's best for us to win games.
Tim, your team improved as the series went on, and also the Lakers were quite hurt. Do you feel like you have a sense of where your team is? Do you think that you ended the season kind of slowly, the regular season? Do you think you guys are where you need to be for the next level?
We're getting there. Obviously, the series went well for us. We didn't end the year well, but the bottom line is it really doesn't matter how you kind of end the year. We ended the year last year on winning however many in a row, and so it's just how you play in the playoffs, and it's a good start for us. We're gonna have a different team to play against next round, and everything's gonna change. So we like the pace we're at now. We like the rhythm we're at now. We like how healthy we are right now, and hopefully can stay that way.
Tim, so many legendary battles through the years with the Lakers. Were you still able to get a desperation mindset to beat a crippled team like the Lakers?
We came in here to win 4 games. We didn't come in here to play who they had and who they didn't have. We respected the team for what it was. We respected them for the talent that they had. We understand that they were shorthanded. We respect that as well. But we come in here and we lose a game or 2 or 3 or whatever it may be, and then it's a different story. We didn't respect them. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. But we came in here and we put our best foot forward. We respected what they had and what they could do, and we took care of business.
Tim, I want to get your thoughts on Pau Gasol. You had people, I guess, out there questioning your game, similarly that Pau's been going through the last several seasons. As a competitor, where do you see him at, and what do you think he still has to offer this league?
I don't see why he's changed much at all. He's in a different system. He's asked to do different things. He's as skilled as there are big men out there. He can do just about everything, and he's unselfish. I see him playing the way he's asked to play. I think if he's asked to be more of a scorer or to be something else, he can do that as well. I don't see why he doesn't have many years left in him.
Tim, you've had a long history going back and forth in the playoffs with the Lakers. Without Kobe, did this feel like a chapter in that book?
You know what? It's hard to answer that question because I'm playing here and now to get to the next round. I'm not worried about the history of whatever and the series of whatever. We were here to beat the team that was in front of us to move on. And however you want to put it in the book and put it in whatever chapter, we won this series and we're moving on and we're happy about that.
Tim, there's been a lot of marveling over your season this year, the numbers you've put up, and even going back to last year. I was just wondering, 2 years ago, you guys were swept by the Suns. Was that at all a turning point in the way that
if you changed anything of your approach to the game as you got a little bit older?
I changed a lot. I changed a couple different things. I understand that my game was changing, and I tried to extend my game on the floor. I understand where I'm going to be touching, getting my shots. I understand that I need to get some weight off my body so that I could take some of that pressure off my knee, and it's worked well for me.
Did you feel was that series though 2 years ago, was that at all a turning point in that, or was this just a natural evolution?
I actually, the lockout was more good for me than the actual series. Just having that extra time to really focus on getting my game back and getting my body in the right shape that I wanted it to be in.
Dwight, what irritated you the most about that second technical? And it looked like you had a little exchange with Mitch, too, afterwards.
Just frustration. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Were you telling Mitch you were upset by the refs?
I don't even remember.
Are you disappointed in the way you handled that situation?
What situation? Yeah, technical foul? I'm just,
Foul and getting ejected?
I mean, it's over with now, Just got to do a better job, trying to keep my cool. It's very tough, You're out there playing, it's an emotional game, and you don't want to lose. And sometimes when things don't go your way, sometimes you react the wrong way, and just got to keep my cool.
Dwight, can you just sum up the best way you can this entire season?
It's like a nightmare. It's like a bad dream. And I couldn't wake up out of it. That's what it felt like. Just seemed like nothing can go right from the start. Injuries and all that stuff. But we get an opportunity to get some rest for guys who are injured or coming off injuries. Chance to rehab and think about, what we can all do to better ourselves.
It sounds like maybe you're showing some optimism about being back by saying that. Or am I reading too much in it?
You're reading too much into it.
Guys, wait for the microphone to ask questions, please. Thank you.
Dwight, is there any way the team can turn the heartbreaking season and the way it ended into something positive and come back stronger next year and prove to everyone that you guys are still a legitimate title contender?
We just have, right now, everybody's, a little bit upset, about how the season ended. So I think we're all just going to take some time, away from the game and just focus on us, focus on getting better.
Dwight, was this year a good representation of who you are and as a player and as a person?
Say it again.
Was this year a good representation of who you are as a player?
Well, it was a rocky year. A lot of things happened that I didn't have any control over. I think I handled some situations good, and I think I handled some bad. But it's a growing process, and I want to keep growing. I want to keep learning, and that's why we have off season. We get an opportunity to reflect on the good and bad things that happened during the season, and try to make it better for the next year.
Dwight, you talk about this being a growing process. We were here your first day with all smiles, and now we see you here, and obviously not like that. Can you talk about the biggest learning that has happened for you? What you've learned from this season?
Oh well, it's a lot of things that I learned this year. Next year, just got to be mentally stronger, to handle a lot of different situations. And that's about it.
What was your physical state during this season? Did it improve in terms of all the things you were fighting physically?
I think it did a little bit, coming back, super early from a major surgery was tough. But, I tried to give everything I had, and leave it on the floor. And I was in pain for, the whole season. But
I just wanted to, try to play through it, and fight through it. And even though I'm hurting, I'm still standing, and I'm just going to keep fighting.
Dwight, do you think there's a perception that you should feel guilty for being able to do your due diligence and check out free agency?
Well, I'm going to step away from everything, for a couple weeks and clear my head before I do or talk about anything, as far as next season. I think I deserve that, and that's what I'm going to do.
How did your relationship with Kobe evolve and end this season? And also Mike.
I mean, we've had a pretty good relationship before I got here. And I think a lot of people twisted a lot of things, the fake fights and, the arguments that we supposedly had. We've maintained, a pretty good relationship. And I'm going to continue to be here for him, throughout the process that he has to go through with recovering from his Achilles.
Did his injury bring you guys closer?
Does an injury bring us closer?
Did his injury help you get you guys closer?
I don't think that we were that far apart. We're not best friends, but and like I said, I'm going to be there for him. Having an injury is a tough thing to deal with alone, and I just want to be there for him as a brother.